the course that Yahadut has taken in the last most of 2,000 years is different than that. And in some ways, I think it's more true to the program of Avodat Hashem laid out in the Torah. So it's more rooted in the physical world. We still have real bread and real wine and real meat, and we do it in the home on Shabbat and on Chagim, and so there still is this sense of we are in Olam Hazeh and we serve Hashem by eating Lifnei Hashem in the way that we can, Be'olam Hazeh, but there's also, it's like a retreat into the home because there's no Mikdash. It's running things in reverse, the same way that in Korban Pesach, in Mitzrayim, the blood was painted on the doorways as though to say, at the moment, let each Hebrew home here in Mitzrayim be the temple, and the Mizbeach is like your doorway, and you're going to have your sacrificial meat and eat it in your home. And this is the beginning of something, and we're going to leave and go to our own land, and we're going to have a temple in Yerushalayim and all of that. So that was progress out of Mitzrayim, and then, in a sense, in Galut, we went back into Mitzrayim, and we went back into the home and made the home like the Mikdash. And so we have these ritual meals that we eat, like Seudat Mitzvah for Shabbat or something, where there's wine and bread, and often there's meat also. But we ought not to pretend that that is the same thing as what can be achieved when you're doing things on a Mizbeach, where there's a much more elaborate halacha about who eats what and what is being prepared and according to what procedure. We've just taken all of that and accordioned it up and put it in deep freeze. And it could provide the basis for a much richer framework of meaning through which to eat Lifnei Hashem. And that whole possibility has been, bricked off or walled up or whatever you want to call it for at this point the better part of 2 millennia. And it should be the case that any Jew today who insists that we don't need more than we have, they should take a close look at the ritual, for example, of the Eucharist in the Catholic Church and ask themselves, to what degree is there comfort with the spiritual sufficiency of this limited way of eating Lifnei Hashem, maybe something that they're comfortable with in significant part because of the ideological osmosis of the surrounding ideas of Christian ideology in the West that has been sort of seeping in, for century upon century. A lot of Galut Judaism, or Judaism today that's comfortable without a temple, is maybe especially comfortable because it sees spiritual sufficiency in the status quo in a way that really is only convincingly sufficient if you replace authentically Judaic attitudes with cryptically Christian ones.
We would like to encourage our viewers to share these videos with friends and send in your responses. If you would like to obtain Birkon Nusach Eretz Yisrael or invite the rabbi for a speaking engagement, please email us at office@machonshilo.org.